Okay, so today is runoff election day, and I was thinking today that I needed to remind you guys to vote and how critical it is. But in doing so, I was reminded of a conversation I had with a young person in my family who I respect very much, who has like old person wisdom for the most part for their age. So I love talking to them because their perspective is very important to me. But I remember when, 45, 47 was running, and I was telling them how crucial it was and that they vote and they, do what you need to do to make sure that this day that we're in right now doesn't happen. And they said something which was really interesting to me. And they were like, every time you talk to me about voting, you always say, like, vote because your life depends on it. And everything is so dire, with your generation. Everything is like, oh, you got to do it now. You got to do it now. It's like, and I was like, it's important because these people are trying to bring back Jim Crow, and we will be lucky if Jim Crow is the least of what they're trying to bring back. And so they were like, do you really think they're going to bring back Jim Crow? And I'm like, you have to listen to me. I have seen more moons and more suns than you, which means that I've seen the cycle of life, and I see how things happen. And I see how things that were promised were not delivered and how you can get duped. And so I'm saying all this to say, if you're a member of the younger generation, I know that these algorithms will show you information that they want you to process and see. It will shape your thinking, and what they want to do is divide you from the older generation. But the wisest thing you can do is listen to somebody who's been around for a long time. You don't have to believe everything they say, but listen to them because they know some things that you don't know. Even though you might have access to technology and all this stuff, understand that there are some things that don't change. Fashion may change, dates may change, even technology may change, but mindsets rarely do. And what you're seeing now is the same mindset that's always existed. And there's a lot of history that you don't know. And it's a lot of history that I know, but it's so much more I don't know because it's been wiped from the books, from our books, so that you will not see these cycles coming around again. So sit with someone much older than you so they can tell you things that they've seen, and you can learn some things that you won't get online and things you won't get in the history books or regular books. So what I'm telling you is voting, if it wasn't such a big deal, they wouldn't try so hard to keep it from you. And I want you to remember that. Please go out and vote. Every vote. And do vote as if your life depends on it, because it does. And so, and the quality of your life, if not your physical life. So I want you to go out and vote. I want you to exercise your power. I want you to learn a trade or a skill, because the way things are going right now, we're going to have to be a community among ourselves, and get in good community with like-minded people that you can work with. All of that stuff is so crucial. And I know it sounds like just talk, but it's not just talk. We want to save your future. 600,000 jobs of black women were eliminated, and no one's really talking about that. If 600 jobs for black women were eliminated, that would be a big deal, but 600,000? Think about what's happening now. You must insulate, you must get prepared. And one of the things that they said in that conversation is somebody's going to come in and they're going to save the day. And the person that has to come in and save the day is you. No one's coming to save you. You're going to have to put the cape around your neck and save yourself. And what concerns me is, if you look at civil rights leaders, not just from the 60s, but even before that, it's always young people moving movements forward. A lot of the people that were that's not with us today were under 40. They didn't even make it to 40. So all I'm saying is the fact that you're not creating movements to save your community concerns me. And I think what has happened is we have replaced activism with click, swiping, and liking. And we think that likes equate movements or change of action, and it doesn't. It's very passive. It does not. And you need to find a news source outside of the USA so you can see how other communities are rallying together and protesting and fighting back. So I hope this is helpful to somebody. If it is, give me a like, a share, a follow, so that we can get the word out, because you know how these algorithms work. They don't want certain words to get out there, but we're rooting for you. We're rooting for you, and we're here to help you however we can. We need you watching this video, you to be involved and engaged. All right, let's get to work.